A very good morning, it's Fabio and welcome back to another daily market outlook. First of all, thank you for watching once again. And EURUSD. So EURUSD has pushed down lower yesterday from that 4-hour area of supply. So inside Discord, we were inside a short in towards this low over here. As you can see, it was a beautiful low swipe and then it reversed back in towards the highs. Now currently the market is moving a little bit slow. Going in towards the 1-hour time frame, we can see that we've come back in towards an area of consolidation. Now I am currently staying out of EU until further notice. As you can see, the price action is getting a little bit choppy inside here, so I want to see the market choose a direction. A lot of liquidity built up above these highs. Wouldn't be surprised if we swipe that. So let's see what happens once we swipe it. Coming back in towards this 4-hour area of supply is not a very good thing in my opinion, because an area of 4-hour supply should just push the market down lower and create a new lower low. Now coming back in towards that 4-hour area of supply then signifies that it's maybe not that strong and that it should be broken, because again, the longer that you feature yourself inside an area of supply, the lower probability it gets to push the market down lower. Going in towards the daily as well, you can see that we're chopping around since that we took out this swing low over here. So I am keeping my eyes open for a potential reversal and pullback in towards the upside. Now obviously we are still bearish, we are still respecting this fractal high here on the daily, and the 4-hour is also still bearish. However, I am considering that we could start seeing a push up higher because this supply zone seems to be failing for now. But let's see if we take out this supply zone, then I'll start looking at what's going to happen to this supply zone. Are we going to respect that, or are we just going to push through it? Okay, so that is what I'm looking at on EURUSD. No trades for now, and keeping in mind that the potential pullback may start today. Going into the dollar index itself, this is also kind of supporting our little bias. I don't want to say bias, but kind of the thought process, because as we can see over here, the fractal high, we took it out yesterday once again, and then we were traced straight away back in towards the downside. So the daily is also showing signs of slowdown. We haven't seen this much weakness from the dollar since the beginning of the entire leg up. We can see that we're still inside daily supply, so therefore some slowdown and some further downside from the dollar could start happening. Now I'm going to be keeping my eyes open for this daily fractal low, which is the black line over here. If we break that, then we will have some more confirmation for potential further downside. For now, what has happened this morning or last night is that we have broken the 4-hour fractal low. So the fractal low is the low that broke the high, or breaks the high. So what I can see over here is that this high over here got broken by this wick, right? So by this wick, and the low that broke that high was this low over here. So now this morning we've broken that low. We've seen a small pullback, and it could indicate that we're now ready to push down lower again in towards this refined area of 4-hour supply. But I'm keeping my eyes open because it is not looking good for the dollar at the moment. A lot of weakness and not a lot of bullish momentum. Therefore, I am keeping my hands off those EURUSD shorts, for example. Now going into AUDUSD, what are we seeing over there? Now AUDUSD is fundamentally also still the most bearish pair of them all. Yes, we could start seeing a reversal, but then again, there is no real sign of any bullishness. There's no clear areas of demand there to our left. So I would prefer to again stay out of Aussie dollar longs, only looking at Aussie dollar shorts. But Aussie dollar shorts are looking not as good as they did before. Why? Well, because we're now currently, again, we break here the 4-hour fractal low. This is then your supply zone, and now we're pushing in towards that supply zone. So if we break that supply zone, this could sign that we're ready to make a higher pullback up, for example, in towards this 4-hour supply zone over here, or even take out this high and push in towards this 4-hour supply zone. So I am not looking for short stay on AUDUSD. Going into GBPUSD, what are we seeing from that pair? So some further upside. GBPUSD is actually looking the most bullish of them all. Yes, we have not yet tapped in towards, let's say, a beautiful area of demand like we have a little bit lower in the market. Obviously, this is the preferred reversal area. But yes, we are seeing slowdown and choppiness in towards the downside. The impulsive phase and then the corrective phase. So we're now currently in the corrective phase, and the corrective phase could cause us to push up higher. Yes, we are still fractal bearish though, because this at the moment is your fractal high. This is your fractal low. So we are just taking out this liquidity high over here, and that could cause a push down lower. But again, keeping in mind where the dollar index is currently positioned, it is looking weak, which could indicate that the dollar, or GBPUSD, excuse me, is ready to push up higher and take out all of these equal highs over here. Okay, so yeah, some bullish price action potentially incoming on GBPUSD. Keep that in mind. Also, the overall order flow for now seems to have flipped bullish. This was previous supply. Remember what I mentioned in yesterday's video. The supply zone got broken. Now this is your demand zone that is in control. So keep an eye on this demand zone for now, because this demand should push the market up higher. And as long as this demand zone is respected, I do expect higher prices from GBPUSD. Going into NZDUSD, NZDUSD has also slowed down in towards the downside. Now, yesterday there was a nice sell-off, or last night even there was a nice sell-off again from that supply zone over here, these two black lines, excuse me, and that is if we refine it to an area of supply, this area of supply over here. So that pushed the market down lower last night during the Asian session. As you can see over here, we come back in and then we push back down again, and now we seem to be breaking it. So we're breaking 4-hour fractal structure at the moment as well. So just to give you guys some insights on, and let me just clean up my chart, what the 4-hour fractal structure is. The 4-hour fractal high is this high over here. Okay, so that is the high that broke this low in towards the downside. So what you're now seeing is a bullish reversal potentially. So this could now then become your area of demand from where the market starts reversing and taking out all of this trendline liquidity, because we have a very obvious trend line in towards the downside here, and we could start reversing in towards the highs and start taking it out. I'll be keeping my eyes open for a double break. Looking at the daily, where are we now positioned? We're positioned in some old demand here to our left, so keeping my eyes open. Obviously, we did take out this overall swing low over here, which is nice and which could fuel a potential reversal back up. So I am keeping my eyes open on the 4-hour time frame to see if the 4-hour is going to give us a double fractal break, and then potentially look for some kind of a pullback trade. So I'm getting more and more interested in trading these potential pullbacks, but we need just a little bit more confirmation before taking those longs. So yeah, that is that. Going into gold, last of all, what are we seeing over there? So gold has again pushed up higher, pretty much as expected. Remember what we mentioned in yesterday's video. We made a nice retracement into that 4-hour area of demand. So the overall 4-hour sell before the big buy up. We tap in and then we move back out again. So yeah, some nice price action on gold. Again, I am not interested in shorting this beast, only looking at longs, but on the way up, try and identify areas of internal liquidity, as it will often just stop those lows out and then reverse back up higher again. So look for internal liquidity to get swiped. And what I mean with internal liquidity, if you go back in towards the 4-hour, you see it very clearly over here, where you get kind of like a trend like this. Then what happens, you swipe internal liquidity and then go in towards the lower time frame and identify this new internal trend starting, and then you want to be longing inside of there. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure to join Discord, and I'll see you there.